What's going on, guys? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to another weekend in the lawn. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to prep your lawn for fall lawn seeding. With all that being said, let's get into the video, bruh. So just a brief break here in that nice cinematic intro you were just watching. That's my mower right there. And that's one of the tires to my mower right there. That's right, you guessed it, one of my tires fell off the mower. Just my luck, right? Okay, so it doesn't seem that serious. I'm sure I could put this back on, no problem. Let me figure out how this goes. There we go. Alrighty. Doesn't seem like anything's worn yet. That's right, notice how I say yet. Good as new. Okay, so I must say, that's looking much better. It's pretty amazing how big of a difference just one single cut makes to the quality and consistency of the appearance of your lawn. I just gotta say, it looks really good, and aside from the mowing, the color is double dark. Now, while the lawn does look perfect because we are in full sun, once the sun goes away and we're in the shades of gray, you'll start to notice this area right here. For some reason, I have this big spot here in my lawn that just has a little bit of a brownish tinge to it, and when I get down and look at it, it looks like it looks weak, it looks depleted, it looks like it's got a little bit of fungus in there. And I guess what it goes to show is that while the lawn's looking good, because I have been watering it quite a lot, it's still under a little bit of stress because of the harsh weather we've been having. For the past 2 weeks, it's been in the high 90s, just direct sun all day, and on top of that, no rain. So it's been very hot and dry here, so it's really wreaking havoc on the lawn, specifically this area, and it wreaks a lot of havoc on the edges. So what I've been having to do is I've been having to do a little bit of supplemental irrigation along the edges, as you guys have seen, to keep the edges looking green like the rest. As far as what I'm going to do for this spot right here, I'm not really going to do much to it chemical wise. I'm just going to keep mowing properly, and I'm going to keep watering the heck out, because that's really the major problem right here is when we start to dry up here, plants in my landscape start to compete with the lawn. Like I talked about before, these Bradford pear trees, they love to steal nutrients from the lawn during these hard times. So my best bet would be to continue watering this to make sure that this area is getting the adequate water that it needs to push deep roots. To be honest with you guys, I'm not really worried about it in general, because in a couple of weeks, I'm actually going to be getting ready for aeration and overseeding. And I think this is going to be a really great opportunity to increase the turf density, improve the overall double dark color, and it'll be a great opportunity to build some root mass in these areas to make sure that they're sucking up all of the nutrients that they're getting. And real quick, while I'm updating you on how my lawn looks over there, as I've talked about before, it's pretty much glitz and glamour, right? We're all actors, everything's fake. But when you come over here, you get to see the not so bright side of my lawn, right? As I've talked about before, this side of my lawn here, I have not irrigated at all this summer, and as you can see, it's really wreaking havoc on the lawn. In fact, it's in full-on summer dormancy right now. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm not worried about it because literally in a couple of weeks when the temperatures start dipping down and the rain starts coming back into the forecast, this area right here is going to blow up green before you know it. Also, another update I wanted to give you has to do with this lawn right here. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing tons of fall lawn care content on both of these lawns, so if you haven't, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss those videos. Anyway, what I wanted to update you guys on over here is that I've officially installed the JTLK style DIY irrigation system. Take a look. Okay, so let's get back to the reason why we're really here today. And the reason that is, again, as I mentioned so many times throughout this video, I'm going to be seeding both of these lawns here, at least the front sections. And what I need to do is I need to do some preparations to both lawns to make sure that they're ready to go for the seeding. And the key element to making sure that this lawn is ready is by making sure that the seed bed, aka the soil, is in tip-top shape. And the way we're going to assure that is to apply a popular cocktail mix from the Green County N-Ext line that you're all familiar with, and that is the Bio-Stimulant pack. That package consists of 4 products from the line, to be more specific: RGS, Aerate, Humic 12, and Microgreen. And the benefits you're going to get from this package are: number 1, improved air, water, and nutrient penetration. To be more specific, that's going to come from the Aerate product. When you apply the Aerate product to the soil, it's going to help break bond and allow air, water, and nutrients to better penetrate, which will result in the lawn's ability to push deeper roots. The second benefit we're going to get from this is stimulated root growth, and that's going to come from the RGS product. For those of you guys who don't know, RGS actually stands for root growth stimulants. So think about it. So far, we've got the Aerate product down, opening the soil up, creating room for root growth, and then what we do is we use the RGS product in tandem with that to help push root growth into the space that we just created. The third benefit we're going to get from this is improved nutrient uptake, and that's where the Humic 12 comes in. Humic acid is a chelator, and its main task is making nutrients more readily available to the plant, which allows us to get more out of our fertilizer at lower inputs. And the fourth benefit we're going to get from this package is going to be a dose of the micros. As you guys know, one thing I say a lot on this channel is that if you want to improve the overall performance of the macros, give the lawn a dose of the micros, and I promise you, you will never look back. And that is entirely true, right? If you want to help the macros, make sure that you have micros in the soil to help encourage those macros to the best of their ability. Okay, so now let's talk about application rates. So all the application rates I'm going to be telling you today are going to be based off of the fact that you are preparing your lawn for aeration overseeding. The rates we're going to be using are going to be 9 ounces of Aerate, 6 ounces of RGS, 6 ounces of Humic 12, and 6 ounces of Microgreen. Our means of application today is going to be a hose end sprayer. If you want, you can use your backpack or pump sprayer. I'm just using my hose end sprayer today because I'm treating small areas, and because of that, there's really no need to get my backpack out. So I'm just going to use my hose end sprayer. I'm actually going to split the application up into 2 different rounds. To be more specific, one round I'm going to do RGS and Aerate, and then the second round I'm going to do Humic 12 and Microgreen. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because of the recommendations at Green County Fertilizer, and what they've come to find is that the products flow more smoothly when you mix them up per those combinations that they recommend. So I'm going to go ahead and abide by that for this application. So I'm going to do 2 rounds, and I'm going to do them in the same day, in case you guys are wondering. First time, I'm going to go over both of these lawns with RGS and Aerate, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go over the lawn again, only this time I'm going to do it with the Humic 12 and the Microgreen. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and water it all in so that we can get it down into the soil and it can start doing its job of creating a good seed bed. Another good thing to do. try and work as much of that material out of there. Do it in the spots that need the most care. Like this area right here in my lawn used to be a bare spot. I'm just gonna keep shaking it till empty and see if I can get any stuff out of there. So that's all I have for you guys today. Now before I end the video, I want to go ahead and clarify a two-part question that might come throughout this video, and that has to do with aftercare in regards to this application. So you guys remember earlier in the video I talked about watering in right after. I recommend you do that for this application. Now I know this is going to confuse some of you guys because in the past I've always told you when you spray these products on the lawn, take your pick, water, don't water, it's going to help either way. But in this case our main goal is making sure that the soil is ready for overseeding, so I highly recommend you water it in so that the product gets down to the soil level as opposed to not watering it and letting it sit on the foliage. Make sense? And as far as how long to water, Greene County recommends watering in for like 5 to 10 minutes, but for good luck, I'm gonna go ahead and bump that up to 15 minutes per zone in my lawn. I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If I don't see you guys next time, you're gonna be dominated, bro. See you later.